Hey folks, my toilet is running intermittently whenever it wants to. If you're having the same problem on one of your toilets, let's get this fixed. This is a Kohler toilet that has a canister flush on the inside. So if you have a Kohler, it probably has the same canister style. Other brands have the canister as well. We will need a replacement seal. We will also need, and I highly recommend that you have a scrub brush of some sort and then a light general purpose cleaner, so that once we get into the toilet, we can clean up some of the parts, especially where the seal's going to meet back on the seat of the toilet, the seal seat that is in the canister. You'll see what I mean in just a minute. And also we'll be using some plumber's grease. So the first thing we need to do is turn the water off. My shutoff's down here on the left side of the toilet. Yours might be different. And just give it a turn to the right. Mine's an easy turn. It's just about a quarter there. Yours might go a little bit further. So go ahead and shut your water off. Then let's go ahead and flush the toilet. Let's get rid of the water. Hold the handle down to make sure we get as much water out as possible. Now, as you may recall, this particular toilet has been the subject of a couple other videos. Number one, a fill valve seal that goes under here. We don't need to replace that right now, but if you need to replace yours, this is when the water just doesn't stop running at all. The other video I've done is about when this filler tube here pops out and it won't stay in place. I have a video on that as well. Today's video is going to have us take this whole piece off here, which is not as difficult as it might seem. Okay, so the first thing, let's go ahead and disconnect the chain here. You don't necessarily have to do that, but I'm going to try not to undo all of this here. So I am going to disconnect the chain, and I disconnect the chain from the handle lever here. Incidentally, I've taken a picture of all this before I start anything. In case I forget how things go back together, I know what to do. All right, so if you do not have this whole contraption here, you can easily just pull this tube right out. Okay, let's see if I can do it without pulling it out. Now this piece here is what we're gonna take out, because we can't do anything with that. We're gonna lightly press and turn this a quarter turn to the left. Okay, it's going to feel like you're breaking it, and it will sound a little bit like you're breaking it, but you're not. So press just a little bit and a quarter turn until you can lift up on it and take it out. And there we go. And that's what the canister looks like out of the toilet. And again, you can see my contraption here just a little bit more clearly as to how I keep that in there. Okay, let's try not to disturb that. That's the seal in question here. Notice that it's got a lot of green around here, so we're gonna just pull that off. Okay. Now, if your toilet is not too old, you might be able to clean this off and put it back in. This toilet's over 10 years old. This is the first time I replaced this, so we're not going to try to clean that off. We're just going to take this and put it in the trash can. All right, now this is when we get to our sponge. Remember, this water down here is clean. It's just right out of the tap, basically. Okay, I would not drink it, but it's clean water until it goes into the bowl. All right, so I'm going to put just a little bit of soap on this. Go ahead and give it a little cleaning here. It's recommended not to use bleach on here, which is why I'm recommending that you use just a general household cleaner. All right, down here, I know it's tough to see, but there's a lot of green on the seat down here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more cleaner on and clean that off as well. Let's get our new seal out, and that should pop right on there. Okay. That looks a whole lot better than it did. That old one did. All right, now all we need to do is line this piece up right here with its female receptor down there. Let's put some plumber's grease on here, just so it goes back in a little bit more smoothly than when it came out. So I'm just gonna rub, not too much, but I think that will make things go back together a little bit more easily. All right, so we have to get this down in there. You can see that that piece down there is, we'll say, a little bit catty corner and not exactly straight. So I'm going to hold up the canister as I bring it back down in. And again, just be patient as you're doing this. Find exactly where that slot needs to be. There we go. We're gonna press down, turn to your right. Wow, that grease really helped out. Okay, and it feels like it's sitting quite nicely. All right, and then make sure you get your chain back on the side it needs to be on. Go ahead and reattach that. Right up here in the handle. So there you have it, everything's back together. Take your time with the chain. Editing can really help things out. It took me a couple minutes to get that chain back on. It's being a pain in the butt. This looks like it's still intact, my little contraption here. The seal seems like it's working. All right, time to turn the water back on. So I'll just go right down to the water supply here, turn back to the left. And water does kind of squirt out here, so cover that up with my hand so it doesn't go all over the place. Easy breezy, looks like it's all sealed up. We stored up a lot of debris in there. Let's go ahead and give it a flush. Make sure all that's intact. And there you have it. Even with me creating this video and working with the camera and so forth, this job only took me a few minutes to complete. So I wish you the best with your project to make sure that your toilet doesn't run whenever it wants to. Thanks for tuning in to Lenderman Shop. We'll see you in the next video.